from Miss Rita to the rescue. Notice anything? No barking dog? It's because Sancho arrived late and he's taking the dogs for a walk right now. And then he'll put Lola in her little hideaway spot for the first few minutes anyway. How are you? So it's Rita from Miss Rita to the rescue, and I'm here for today's Cricut Chat. We're going to be making a really fun card. We've made it before, I know, but I did add a really cool sentiment and added this writing and vinyl sentiment, and I wanted to show you how I did it. So that's why that was my justification for making this adorable cat card again. So good morning to all of us. Ring the bells in. Yes, that's right. So how are everybody today? Just want to pop in. I've been once again told that I talk too much, but I was thinking about it and I'm like, if you don't like the sound, you can just turn it off and just watch my hands go, right? So, or you can, this was after the fact, like on the YouTube channel. But you know what? Doesn't bother me. Used to bother me a whole lot, but doesn't bother me at all, because I love to chat. Chatting's my favorite. And that's what the name of the show is, Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. So chatting is part of the deal. So good morning to all of our friends. Yeah, you come for the chatting, right? Yeah, so Bab says she can't hear me. Cannot hear Miss Rita. Oh no. Yeah, it's my channel and I like to talk and I consider you all my friends. So I'm glad that I have an opportunity to chat every day. And let me just say that that's what got me through COVID, like the pandemic, and also cancer treatment. It's important to talk. And in 2020, when I was diagnosed with cancer, and then I obviously we all went through the pandemic. That's when I kind of started the show. I was doing something before, but this is when I started the show. And now look at us. We're 22 or almost 22,000 people strong. Are we 22,000 already? I don't know. And we have a lovely chat group and we get literally hundreds of people that watch the show every single week, every single day. And I'm happy. And if you're one of those people that are happy with me chatting, you're in luck. I'm going to keep doing it. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Cricut community because it is a really fun area. And I want you to, I no longer put my project files in the description of the videos, and here's why. The links get old after a while. So now what I do is I put them all in my profile. So you see here, I'm going over to the left and clicking on that hamburger. There's my face, and then I hit view profile. Now we saw a nice uptick. I am 3 people away from 1,000 followers, and I will tell you that this Friday will be the first Friday that we choose a winner only from my followers, okay, on Cricut community. So if you follow me on Facebook or you follow me on YouTube or both, that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But we have a brand new challenge, and that is we're trying to get more followers in the Cricut community. And that way people can happen upon, and maybe they don't know about the videos or they don't know about the lives or the chatting or the groups. So this is a way for me to get out there. So once you have already, so there's 2 giveaways. There's a weekly giveaway that you don't have to do anything for. And all you have to do, well, you do have to follow me. So there's a weekly giveaway. So once you follow me, and I'm going to follow you back. Look, Susan Sharp, I just followed you back. And Barbara Williamson and Sue Boss. So I see all these new people and I'm following you back. And you see here my number says 997, but I'm following more than my followers. So if you follow me, I'm sure to follow you back. And the great thing is, whenever you follow me, you're going to get notification when I post all new projects. And this morning alone, I updated and posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was up early. 5, 6 new projects this morning. So there you go. Okay. And we're going to, if you haven't seen these live, it's because we haven't done the video. If you see a project that maybe is not a picture, but rather just looks like this one here, it's because we haven't done a video for it. So my code is, as soon as we do a video, I upload a picture. And this is going to be the project that we work on. Sandro says good morning. He's on his way to work. I think he's going to Lynn today. He's going to Lynn today, but he has taken the dogs out and did all of his little duties that he does. Anyway, so this is the project that we're working on today. And so the point being, just follow me in the Cricut community. The monthly giveaways, you do also have to put an entry into the raffle copter. But for the weekly giveaways, you don't have to do anything except follow me. And I'm just going to pick once a week. I'm going to pick a Cricut cutie from my stash, and I have a lot because I can't display them all. So and I have duplicates and stuff like that. So it could be any color. And then I'm going to pick a name. I'm going to announce it on Friday, and that person will email me their address, and I'll send the cutie with a few little doodads, just kind of sweeten the pot. So that's every week. And I will post the winners, by the way, for all these giveaways. I know it can get a little bit confusing. Okay. So let's get started. This is a great card. It is from Rob and Bob. I did add a sentiment, and I kind of got a little crazy by adding a penned sentiment and then adding this little piece, this Halloween, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So let me just group this and hide it as if we were starting on a brand new surface. So open up your design space and go over here to images. Okay, and then we're going to go to image sets. So under image sets, we will type in the word, or the name actually, Rob. Okay, and here we go. So these are all the Rob and Bob image sets. They are all available to you if you are a Cricut Access customer. I tend to do only projects that are part of Access. So if you have Cricut Access, which I think is an amazing, I think it's just an amazing deal. But I wanted to tell you, the one thing I forgot to tell you yesterday is they just introduced, and you probably got the email on Saturday, but for all Cricut Access subscribers, every month they're going to give you $10 that you can spend any way you want on Cricut.com. So check your emails, because you should have gotten, or you should be getting, an email that gives you a $10 rebate. This is just a new perk from the folks at Cricut to encourage people to join Access. Yes, I want you to join Access. You know why? It's a good deal. And all of my projects are from Access. Almost all of my projects are from Access. So if you're an Access customer, you're not going to be bothered by, oh, this image costs 99 cents and I have to download it and blah, blah, blah. Nothing like that. It's all in Design Space. So we're going to this image set called Happy Halloween. And we have been here before, I think. And we're going to actually do a couple of the cards in here. We're going to make this skull card later. We're going to do this lovely owl, and we're going to use the opaque pens on that. But today we're going to do this one. And so I'm going to click on it. And you see here, if you are not an Access customer, you would be paying $1.99 for this. Okay. So there is the point about that, is that for $2, you know, with every card, it adds up. We do 5 projects every single week. So that adds up to 2 times 5 is 10. That's the cost per month of Cricut Access. It's so worth it. Plus, there's all kinds of different things, right? All right, so we're going to ungroup this. I'm going to get rid of the envelope. I just don't like envelopes. I don't like to make them in Design Space. But I'm going to regroup this after I group it. I'm going to regroup it, and I'm just going to make sure, because I'm kind of fussy. I want my width to be exactly 10 and my height to be exactly 7. Now I have to do that when it's grouped, because if I don't do it when it's grouped, there is a possibility that one of the images, one or more of the images that are part of this, one of the layers. So let me ungroup it so I can show you. So there's the layers. And look at all the layers here, guys. Tons and tons of layers. And even with the hat has an enormous amount of layers. And then there's 4 layers for the moon. So we want you, when you're resizing, want you to choose the right layers. We want you to choose the group instead of just doing it one by one. Resize as a group. Now this is supposed to go behind here, but I think it should be yellow. So I'm going to change the color to yellow. And now when you see this, you'll see yellow, and then there's yellow. So what I want to do is I want to check out the colors that are being used here, because there may be some that are not, like the one that I'm thinking is a culprit is the yellow. So I think I can use the same yellow for the stars as I do for the moon. So I'm coming over here to Color Sync, and I'm going to move this piece right here. I'm going to move it to the other yellow. You see that? Now, while I'm here, I'm also going to check out the other colors. So I have white, yellow, purple, black, green, I think that's orange, and then another black. Now, I'm not really sure why it's this image is a different black. So what I'm going to do is move that over. Now I have reduced the colors from 2, 4, 6, 8 to 6, which is great. You know, which is great. But what about a sentiment? Let's talk about a sentiment. One of my favorite sentiments for Halloween is this. I saw it a lot on Saturday when I was at Haunted Happenings. When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. And so it mentions moons, it mentions cats. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to add that sentiment in. I'm just going to go over by text, and I'm going to click on the text box and remove the word text. And then I am going to type in, when witches go riding and black cats are seen. Now I know it's huge. Don't worry about it, okay? The moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. Now I know I put Halloween separate on this, but I want you to see how I format this. Okay. So right now this is in Cricut Sans, and it's going to be cut out. Okay. Because it is listed as a cut style or regular. You see that? It says regular basic cut over here. So I don't want that. I want to have it writing with one of my brand new Cricut pens. And I'm going to use, I think, the glitter black for this. So I'm going up here to font. Now I'm going to turn off kerning. See this here? It says kerned. Kerned is a great feature that was added that allows script letters to um, to appear together. However, we're not going to need kerning here, and I actually want to use a font that is not kerned. So by turning it off, I'll be able to see that font. So here I'm turning it off. Now I'm going to go to bookmarks because I did bookmark a number of really great fonts that I like, and these are they. Fantastic Font DJ Doodlers and this Fantastic Fonts DJ Terrific. Those are both awesome fonts for writing. But so I'm going to click the Terrific one. And when I come back, it will change it to that font. But the thing it hasn't done is it hasn't changed it to writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose style right next to the font and click on writing. Now it will go through another iteration, and don't you worry about those O's that are filled in. It's not going to cause a problem. Now, what we need to do, though, still, even though we switched it to writing, we need to go up to operation right up here and click on that and choose pen. And then it removes all those O's. Okay. So if we're happy with the way that it is, which I'm not, go figure, right? I'm going to resize it. And then I'm going to get the idea, hey, why don't we take Halloween out and we'll just find a really cool image that says Halloween. So it's not all pen. We're going to be doing pen and vinyl. Okay. So here's what we'll do before we go looking for the Halloween image. I am going to select everything and hit attach. Then I'm going to go to images and I'm just going to type in the word Halloween. Is it a name? It's a word. It's a name. Anyway, there's so many to choose from, but I really like this one. And so I chose that one. I'm actually going to save it too because I kind of like it. And it does have a lot of flourishes on there. So I'm going to remove those flourishes. And let me just move this over here. I'm going to remove the flourishes, probably the first thing that I do, because I could put the flourishes on top and bottom, but you know what? It's a little too much. So what I'm going to do is take this Halloween thing and I'm going to hit contour down here. Love contour. And we are just going to click on the pieces we don't want, the flourishes. So we can either do that here in the main screen or to the right, and make sure you get them all. You just want Halloween to appear. I'm not sure where that is. Oh, that's part of the H. Are there any more flourishes? Oh, right here and right here. So that should leave us with Halloween. Isn't that great? Now we don't attach this, okay? We don't attach this because it's a cut, and we're going to cut it out of vinyl, okay? So there you go. All right. And now we're ready to cut this whole thing out. Now we're not going to, before we cut though, I want to tell you something. If you're creating a card on your own with all kinds of images and you go ahead and hit cut, make it, right? Before you save it, not a good idea. You need to save your before you're ready to cut. You need to save your file. Okay. So I'm going to save this. Now, even though I've already made this, I'm going to save it again. Just because if something goes wrong, which it can happen, you will have saved. Okay. And then we are going to make it. I'm not going to show you how to make it all, but I'm just going to show you what I did. And that is, I'm not going to cut it out. I made 4 of these. So as you can see, I've got 4 sheets of white. This sheet that's Happy Halloween, which is different than these sheets of black or these mats. Okay. And I did notice that on my 18th mat, it just has 1 moon. So I'm going to move that object to another one of the black mats and then just kind of fit my moon there. Don't ask me why it does that. I have no idea. No idea. So the same thing holds true for this. I think this is going to fit on the other orange. And I don't want to use all my cardstock. You know what I mean? Like cardstock's hard to find. Good cardstock. And so, I'm going to make it so that I only have to use one sheet of orange, even though I am making 4 cards. And I'll do that by moving the images to fit and not overlap. You don't want to overlap here. So now I've removed one black mat and one orange mat. Let's have a look here. Are we pushing our luck with the yellow? Probably, maybe not. So here's what we'll do. We'll go and hit the triple dots here and do move object, and we'll try it and see what happens. So yeah, this might work out if I move some of these other pieces. Yeah, so I'm just going to sort of squish these things up here. They have it all spaced out, which I'm a conservative person, I guess. I like to conserve things, and that includes my cardstock. I'm conservative with my paper and my supplies. Let's put it that way. Now, I'm thinking I might be able to even put that other one there. So I'm going to go back and move object to here again. And we still need to adjust because we don't want anything to be overlapping. And as you can see, I have a couple that are overlapping. Now, if you're one of those people that uses your iPad, this is great. The iPad has this feature that if something is overlapping, it turns it red. And so it kind of does here, but not well. So so I find you have to really check your cut. So look, I was able to fix that. So I have reduced the number of mats from 17 to 14, which to me that's a win. I saved 3 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. Okay. And then we would just cut this out the way that we wanted to. So let me show you how to put this together. And I will bring you down here. And let's see, here we got all of our pieces. And today I will have 4 of these cards to send out. So why don't we check with our people on Facebook? Dawn, can you pick out 2 people from, no, 1 person, sorry. Can you pick out 1 person from Facebook that maybe hasn't won this? If you want to tell Dawn, are you paying attention, Dawn? Sometimes she talks so much. All right. Good morning. Hi, everyone. So if you're on Facebook and you want to win this, I'm hoping that my friend Dawn is going to see this. She likes to chat. Dawn, pick somebody from Facebook who would like to win this card. Not you. Not you. So, and then Loretta's back. So if you could pick, Loretta, if you could pick 3 people, that would be great. So the card, I love this technique where they put an inside card in there, and instead of having just one card, it gives the card bulk, and it especially gives the back of the card bulk. Okay, so this is the way that it's going to look. I'm going to take this. This is going to go in here just like that. Let's put that together first. And I'm going to use my double stick tape. So this needs to go in here. And my double stick tape is going to work out well here because I'm just going to put, and I don't want the glue to come like seeping out the edges. So I'm using double stick tape today on this part of the project. I find that I use both and it works out for me. I used to use glue only, and I thought, nah, this double stick tape is great. Now I just need to find my weeding hook, and I'm just going to take this off. Now you notice when I'm doing this that I take this weeding hook is really dirty and weird. Okay, there we go. So I just kind of rub the bit there, and that is so that you can easily take off this part. Sometimes if you don't rub it, it will, like here, see, it's all coming up. I don't want that to happen. So I've just gotten into the habit of just rubbing that beginning part, and it works out just great for me. So there you go. Now I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to put it here. Don't worry if it's not covering all your tape like here, because we're going to add another bit of tape to get the inside card in there. Now, if you've never seen me use this tape or you wonder where I get it from Amazon. I do not buy it in the craft store because it's super expensive in the craft store. And on Amazon, I just get rolls and rolls of it for like less than $10. And if you are interested in knowing the exact kind I have, I will post a link to my Amazon. I am an affiliate there, and feel free to use my Amazon affiliate link. Please do, because then I make a little extra money. It's really not a lot. So, but it's a nice little gift, because then I get a little gift card. And then, oops, I did this wrong. I get a little gift card at the end of the month, and then I just buy more supplies. So there you go. So you guys are actually, by using my link, you're actually paying for these supplies that I'm telling you about. It's reciprocal. So I'm going to try to get this better scented. There we go. There. And there is our card. Let's talk about the cutout. So I did this cutout. First, I did it in regular vinyl. That's what this is. But because I use this black glitter pen, which is a brand new glitter pen from Cricut, and I'll show you the package. Let me see. Where's the package? I hope they haven't all fallen out. Where's the package? Here it is. Okay, here we go. I use the black, which there's the black. So this is a brand new product from Cricut. They're called glitter gel pens. They do have them in Joy. There's 10 of them. I have tried almost every color, and I really like it. I love that there's a brown in here, because there's often not browns or any like lighter colors. They work really well. They don't work, they're not opaque, okay? So they don't work on dark colors. That's what you use the opaque cards for. And then I also experimented with, the mystery box, the spooky mystery box. This stuff came in there. So I decided to match my glitter. I would try to do this. This is called Shimmer vinyl. And all right, you guys. Will you stop? Hey, hello, stop. So this is Shimmer vinyl, and the thing I want to tell you about Shimmer vinyl, you guys better stop. Hey, stop barking. I don't care who it is. It's gotta be somebody walking a dog. Sorry. This time of year, everybody takes their dogs out for walks in the morning, and they think it's going to be peaceful until they pass my house, when the dogs go absolutely nuts. So, okay, the thing I want to tell you about this Shimmer vinyl is you need to use strong transfer tape, and luckily they put strong transfer tape on the inside of the vinyl, which is what we're going to use. Oh no, you know what it was? It was the UPS truck. My dogs do not have a love affair with anybody that I see these videos online where people have these dogs that are like in love with Amazon guys or the UPS guys or whatever, the mailman. And I forget the name of that dog, but it's just really cute. But my dogs are not at all like that. In fact, I think I'm going to make a sign. I've been joking with my sister. I think I'm going to make a sign that says, my dogs are misbehaved. Um, don't, and the doorbell doesn't ring because it really doesn't ring. My dogs are misbehaved and the doorbell doesn't ring. Only knock if you dare, kind of thing. Or something like don't make it weird. I'm trying to figure out, I haven't done it yet because I'm trying to figure out what I should put on the thing. But every time somebody comes to the door, even friends that they know, they get crazy excited. Or if you have food delivered, this is why I was thinking. So like sometimes I have food delivered, not always. I like to make my food, but anyway, so we have it delivered from the same place downtown, and they know by now, don't engage the dogs. So when they deliver, they just call me on the telephone. They say, we left your food, because they don't want to deal with the dogs. And then the dogs act crazy when I'm like trying to give, if I don't pay with a card, I'm trying to give them money. They're like jumping on me, and I don't understand why they're doing that. I'm like, hello, I'm just, can you not understand that this is a transaction? But they obviously do not. Okay, so I just talked straight through that, but we're going to use this shimmer. So this black shimmer is from the Spooky Mystery Box. Okay, and then the pans are from the new product. And if you decide you want to purchase some of the new products, you should use my link and my code. Whoops, I got a little bit of, did you see that? I saw it. Got a little bit of vinyl stuck there. So there's the strong transfer tape. All this cardstock is from Cricut that I've collected. It's not all from like one pack. There's black, there's white, there's purple. They did have a fall pack. It might still be available. Don't know about that. But there you go. Here's with the sparkle. So it looks pretty cool. I like it. I mean, I like this other one too, but I wanted to give it a little more umphy oomph. So there you go. All right. So now let's put together the cat. We'll put this part aside for now. Let's put together the cat. The cat does have the cat and the moon. The cat does have a lot of pieces. So I'm just going to take out one of each. So there's the white and then this orange, yellow. This is the one that was the front piece, right? And then the hat has many pieces. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these other pieces there. And then the moon is 4 pieces. So there's white, purple, yellow, and black. Okay. So we are going to need our glue for putting this together. Can't really use the what you call it, the double stick tape for this. So I mean, you could try. So I did consider like using foam tape on either the cat or the moon, and I decided against it for some reason. But then I started thinking, wouldn't an action wobble look really awesome on this? But it is supposed to look vintage, so maybe it's just okay that it's flat. So if you decide to make it and you decide to change anything, let me know, and show me in the Cricut community. Really love to see it. I've seen people do a lot of my projects, and I love that. That's great. And of course, they always put their own little mix on it, which for me is heaven. That's all I want to do, It's talk to people. Isn't that crazy? All I want to do is talk to people and teach people about the Cricut. I realized that on Saturday. I was like the first time that I had ever done a show. I used to do shows all the time when I had my soap making business, and we would do those big shows. We even did haunted whatever we call it, haunted happenings from Salem. We even did that, but that was a long time ago, and I had to give it up for Owen, my son Owen. And so I kind of flailed around for a while because I didn't realize this until recently, that community part. I'd go to these shows, and I would see the same people. Like there'd be a lot of people that would be the same vendors at some of the certain shows. So I would see them. I had friends that had corgis even. My friend Chuck, he did it with his mom, and we were actually friends, and they like attended my dad's funeral. That's how much friends we were. So there you go. And not only that, but you get to meet people from all over the place when you do shows. So particularly in Salem, I met people from Utah. Let's see. I met people from Pennsylvania, Virginia, Florida, New Orleans, and where else did I? Upstate New York, Canada. So there were a lot of people there, and they were not gonna like not go because they had been making plans for a while, and they got rooms, and they just did like a weekend road trip, which I used to do all those, and it was like, yeah, I forget. I remember one time. Now this was back. It was one of the last shows I did. And we were up to the Kangamangas Highway, which everybody thinks is such a funny name, but somebody was trying to talk to me about it, and they were trying to say Cakamakis, and because that's how it's spelled, it's Kangamangas. And then I was telling somebody where I lived, which, as you guys know, is Peabody, and it's pronounced Peabody, not Peabody, which all around the United States, anything with that name, it's usually pronounced Peabody, except in Peabody, except in Peabody. And so anyway, I was talking to this woman, and she goes, "Oh, you're saying Peabody," and I'm like, "No, I'm saying Peabody because that's how we pronounce it." And she said, "Oh, I had no idea. I didn't know what you were saying." And so that's a funny thing about being here in New England, is that it's like we went out of our way to not encourage people to come here because all of our names are different, and it makes giving directions really hard. So so that, right? And it's kind of funny. It's just funny. So it's so much fun when people like laugh at your accent, and you think, I'm laughing at your accent. And so we just made a lot of nice new acquaintances, and everything, and it was just so much fun to be part of a 40-year celebration. I mean, I've been out of high school. I was still in high school when they started this. So it was in the early 80s. So I was still in high school. And it's been going strong for 40 years, except during COVID. So I don't know if they counted the COVID years as years, but no, I doubt it. No, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm putting this together. Sorry, I'm talking so much. And I didn't, if you notice, I didn't glue the orange. I tried not to glue the orange, and that's because the black and green are going to go in there, giving the look of a polka dot. So anybody that's been interested in our podcast, it did get a little stalled out when I got my new diagnosis of cancer, breast cancer, metastatic, which means it's stage 4. And so when I had just started doing the podcast with Wendy, and I had plans to do one for Downtown Peabody, a live podcast, kind of like this, but just talking about like local things. And so I had to put those on the back burner for now. And we're now restarting thinking about it. And I have pitched a couple of ideas to the Peabody Access TV and see if they might be interested in it. One just being very similar to my original idea. And then the other one, we were thinking with Wendy of going back to the lives from her studio on Sundays. So we're thinking about doing that. Maybe not every Sunday, but like every other Sunday, because I think that was fun. And whoops, I forgot. I didn't know that's just extra. Okay. So I think that was really fun to do that. I don't know. I'd like to hear from you guys. Yes, that's right, Gail. Yeah, everything. We have a lot of hams uh Wenham, but we pronounce the ham so Wenham is really spelled Wenham, Wenham, but it's pronounced Wenham. And then we've got Gloucester, but it's really pronounced Gloucester. And we also have Reading, which is spelt like reading. And these are only on the North Shore. And what's the other one we have that I wanted to tell you about? Reading, Gloucester. Oh, Haverhill. And it is spelled Haverhill. And I can always tell if somebody is from away when they mispronounce Haverhill. Because that's a tricky one. It looks like it's Haverhill, but and you notice that we make a distinction between being here and away. Now, I was not born in Peabody. I was born in Somerville, which is just outside of Boston, near Charleston. You might know Somerville from the gangster Whitey Bulger. He was part of a gang, or he created a gang called the Winter Hill Gang. And Winter Hill is actually a place in Somerville. So my dad was growing up with Whitey Bulger. And I remember when I was a kid, because I was thinking a lot about this when I was a kid, that it was like normal to know that there was mob bosses all around. And in fact, my dad always would just be like, oh, we'd go to the cemetery to see my my grandmother and grandfather, and he would say, look over there, you notice that name? And I'm like, yeah. And he'd say, that's who you think it is. And it was like a big mob boss name. And they always had the biggest cemetery. What do you call them? The biggest stones. Like, they just spent a ton of money on their funerals. And I never felt in danger. Some people ask me if I felt in danger. I did not. I guess I just sort of knew, maybe from my parents or whatever. It was sort of an unspoken code that you never bother with old people and children. I mean, the mafia, not a great thing, but growing up, I was a child when I lived there. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that I am from away. because I did not grow up in Peabody, and it's very distinctive. It's a very distinctive difference. People will ask you, one of the first things that people ask you is, did you grow up in Peabody? And I said no, because I say no because I spent primary school in Somerville, and in Peabody, it just kind of, you're not a native. You'll never be a native, because somebody said to me, when do I get to be, called a native? And I'm like, never. You're a native of wherever you were born, and you just happen to discover north of Boston, the North Shore, and now you're a resident, and you could be a 20. So I came here in primary school, and I, let's see, what did primary school, at the end of primary school, I came here, and then I went to Peabody schools, but I still don't consider myself a native. Isn't that funny? Upstate New York is great. That's where I went to college. So it was great to meet all these folks from that new upstate New York. I love upstate New York. It is huge. What's funny though is I didn't see a lot of people from Western Mass, and I actually watched a video. Like a little TikTok, I think, of Matt from WBZ. If you ever go to TikTok, you should subscribe, because he does all the crazy names and stuff like that from the area, and also people. He's the one that did the Dunkin' Donuts with the one town in Massachusetts without a Dunkin' Donuts, and how terribly awful it is. Because that's a joke, because we have Dunkin' Donuts on every street corner, even on the North Shore or the South Shore. They're everywhere. And we do not have Starbucks anywhere. And we don't have, we have no Krispy Kreme. That's a little bit out of the way. And, we think mostly people that buy Starbucks are from away, because everybody's addicted to Dunkin' and Dunkin' Donuts, Dunks as it's known. And what do people? They get a regular. That's what they get. They get a regular, and a regular. Or you can also get an extra. So when you go to Dunkin' Donuts for the first time, if you come and meet with us, or come up here for whatever reason, and you go to Dunkin' Donuts, if you want to sound like a native, you're going to say, I'll have a regular. Regular coffee means it is 2 sugars and cream. Okay. And if you want more sugar and cream, you ask for an extra. And so you'll go, I have and you can do flavors, I'll have a cinnamon, medium, coffee, iced, extra. That's how they order, or regular. That's how they order. So if you want to learn how to order coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, that's how they do it. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Anyway, 15 minutes. Yeah. And the thing about Dunkin' Donuts is they're now not known for their donuts. They're known for mostly their coffee drinks. And their donuts have really, my sister's best friend's father owns 3 of them, and has owned them all his life. And so he was in when the franchise was before it got big. And they used to make the donuts, and now they make them in some central warehouse. They do not make them in the Dunkin' Donuts. So they always take, I think they must freeze them or something, because they don't taste nice and fresh. The best donuts around here, since we do not have Krispy Kreme, because I think Krispy Kreme is the best donut. And I talk about them as if I eat all these donuts. I do not. But the best donut around here on the North Shore is really technically not the North Shore, but it's in Saugus, and it's called Canes with a Kane apostrophe S. Canes. It's on Route 1 going south, and they make the best donuts in the area. And then if you really are frugal like I am, you buy donuts at Market Basket. So Market Basket is our grocery store here, and they make some pretty awesome donuts, and they especially love their honey dipped and their apple fritter. So guys, and the honorable mention to what's honeydew donuts, because honeydew, when I was growing up, that was what you ate for donuts. There weren't all these fancy donuts. There was coconut plain and honeydew, and that's what we ate. So there you go. So I do. I don't think so. I do. I don't know. Long Island accent. That I did spend a lot of time in upstate New York because that's where I went to college. And I will tell you that I was picked on relentlessly when I went to college. I was so picked on because of my accent and because of the whole New York versus Boston, or like Yankees versus Red Sox. So they picked on me so badly that I actually changed the way I talk, and my parents, when I'd come home for the holiday, they're like, "What are you saying?" Because the word box, I always say the word box like that, box, and that is not a New England term. That's not a New England pronunciation of box versus box. And I would say that, and my parents would be like, wait, what are you saying? So when I got back here after college and everything, I tried it the new way, like sort of the broadcaster's way, and then I said, you know what? People are going to think I'm snooty because I'm talking without an accent, and that's why I went back. And I try not to use my accent, but I try to use a neutral sound. So there's that story. All right, you guys. So yeah. So I'm gonna put in, if you're interested in that tape that I'm using, or if you want to buy any of this of the brand new Cricut glitter gel pans, you can use my link, and I encourage you to. Also, if you follow me on if you want to win mystery, I mean, if you want to be able to get a mystery box, and lately they've been, fewer. So if you want to win a mystery box, you like, a lot of times they'll sell out and people want to buy them. So I would suggest that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that's when you would receive the notification of the mystery box. And I usually come on and tell you that it's available and tell you what's in it. This last one I did not do because I forget. My mom was moving in. Yeah, that's why. And speaking of mom, for people who are interested, she's feeling much better. She was feeling like death warmed over earlier in the week. At the beginning of her stay, she started living here now on Tuesday of last week. So it's been a week, and the first couple of days she was really sick, really, really sick. And so she got very scared, and she didn't want me to leave. Now yesterday she said, "I think I'd like a shower." So she took a shower, and then today she got up out of the chair on her own. So, and I didn't have to help her. I mean, I did get her breakfast, but that's that. Anyway, so who won? Who won? Who won the cards today? Who won these cards? I didn't catch it. So, oh goodness, 800s in Texas. Yeah, she's doing much better. And this weekend because my sister's really nervous. My oldest sister Teresa, she's really nervous because this weekend we have been planning this for months. Remember, we were going to go in August. We're going to go up to see my sister, my younger sister, Annette. We're going to go up to, she lives in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Get out a map or go on your maps and look for it. It is the last city or township or whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it, but it's the last town in New Hampshire before you hit Canada. And we've been to the border many times. So my sister, just if you're new, my younger sister has 2 children. Well, with her husband, 2 children. She has another one that's older. And they live and go to school in one, like a schoolhouse. Really funny, but they're very outdoorsy people. And we go up there and we get to see, and of course I miss the winters again. Winners. Well, you know who you are, right? Did everybody win? I don't even know. From Facebook, Dawn, did you pick a winner? I don't know if Dawn's on there, but anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this today. We did this. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing, let's bring you up here so you can see. So tomorrow I was working on a couple things. Are you tired of Halloween cards? If you are not, I can do a Halloween card tomorrow. Or another Robin Bob Halloween card. So thank you, Babs. Dawn was on and did pick a winner for Facebook. Okay, good. You want a Thanksgiving? Right, because I don't want to mess up and do, because Canadian Thanksgiving is earlier than American Thanksgiving. So I have a couple of Thanksgiving cards that I want to show you. So I think we'll do, let's do this one tomorrow. It is for doggy bags, and I just think they're so cute. But you can also turn them into cards, and I'm going to show you where to find them. So I set this up first as a card and was going to cut this out. Clearly, I have this wrongly sized, but let's do this tomorrow. These are images from Design Space, and I'll find a sentiment and put it together as a card with as an alternate for using as a doggy bag, which I think will be really adorable. And I think if I can find brown, I think I will use vinyl for these, but I'm not sure. I can't use smart paper because it doesn't come in brown, but I do have some orange vinyl that I could use. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea, Diana. All right, everyone. Yeah, like little doggy bags. So here, I'll tell you what I was thinking. My sister always comes over for Thanksgiving. We never go to her house, and it's better that way because I couldn't get myself out of the door. And now that Mom's here, it's like the majority of the family is in this house. So she just comes over, but she always wants a doggy bag. And so I go and buy the little containers. They're like when you get like a to-go order, that you can buy the containers. They're black with a like clear thing. And then I save up all my handled grocery bags that I get from different places. And they're usually blank. They're smaller than a grocery store bag. And then I thought that I would decorate it like this because I always decorate my Thanksgiving stuff. So we'll do that. I am chatty. I'm sorry. All right, you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. And sorry to just chat all morning. And we will see you. We will see you tomorrow, and we'll do this project. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves and have a great day. Bye.